Happy Friday. I am live streaming both on my TikTok account and my YouTube channel. So if you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. It's Friday, it's August 22nd. We're actually probably about a month or so away now from fall. The summer's almost over. Labor Day's around the corner. And TikTok over here is telling me that they're notifying people. They do that. It's a little different on TikTok live streaming than it is on YouTube. I can see, good morning, Sandra. I can see people jumping on TikTok where I can't see that on YouTube. And unless somebody comments, I don't know who's on. It does give me a number of people on, but not who's on. Good morning, Sandra. Good morning, Sharon. Good morning, TW. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. I titled the live today, Are You Spamming People? And I think there's a lot of people that they are, and maybe they don't know that they are. Good morning, Barbara. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Love to know why you're on social media. If you could give the live a like, whether you're on my TikTok account or you're on my YouTube channel. I am live streaming in two places. I can see people jumping on. Good morning, Richard. I can see people jumping on. I'm on TikTok. However, YouTube does not show me that. It only gives me a number of people on. So if you don't comment and you're on my YouTube channel, I don't know who's here. Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Darlene. Good morning, Kate. Good morning, Hannah. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. I've been doing this actually to be 14 years next month. I haven't worked a job in over 9. And anybody, good morning, Tony. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Juniper. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Is anybody that's on and like curious, are you still working a full-time job? I did have a full-time job. I lost my job. I couldn't find another one. And somehow I knew, and I think it was God telling me that people were making money on the internet. So I went to Google, I searched make money online. I bought a website. They sent me a 3-page PDF about how to set up pay-per-click ads. I had no idea what I was doing. I was setting up ads. I was sending traffic to a replicated website, which you never want to do. I spent $3,000 in pay-per-click ads. I didn't make any money. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have a proven system. I didn't have any training. The 3-page PDF was kind of a joke. And after a year, I realized that I needed to get around somebody who had done what I wanted to do, and to model and to learn from them. And I've personally spent over $100,000 on different coaching, training, courses, events, because you can't do this by yourself. And for every person that you're into the free thing, free's the most expensive choice at all. And that I did spend $3,000 on the pay-per-click ads. And then I don't even remember what I paid for the website, but I spent money, spent a year, didn't learn it, did not make any money. And I can save you that. I mean, if you don't have I didn't have a mentor, I didn't have the proper training, I didn't have a proven system. I was sending traffic to a replicated website, which you never want to do. You never want to do that, or send people to a sales page or a page that you can't capture the person's email address. Because if you're not getting people on an email list where you can continue to talk to them, and I do get some sales on first touch, but most people are not going to buy on first touch. They have to see something multiple times. And if you're just sending them to like a sales page or a replicated website, you have that one chance to talk to them. And then when they're gone, that's it. And I had somebody who got on my email list last October 2024. I talked to her a few times on TikTok, and she bought something from me in July. She was on my email list for 10 months. And if you're on social media, and when I say to people, if you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from, why are you on social media? Hardly anybody answers. I think people like jumping on these lives because they don't have to be accountable. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to show your face. You can jump on and off whenever you want. But most of you're on here for some reason. A lot of you're looking for ways to make money from home, or you've been trying it and you're not getting results. Because I could go look at people's profiles and I could tell. I mean, and if you don't know how to set up your social media profile correctly, I use attraction marketing. You want to set your profile up correctly so you attract people to you. And a lot of people, if I go look at their profiles, I have no idea what they're about. Some people don't even put their name or picture. I had somebody last week message me he didn't have his name on his TikTok account. He didn't have, it was just a number, no picture. Him asking me, he wanted me to give him a personal video and explain everything to him so he could feel more comfortable. This is somebody that wouldn't put their own name or picture on a profile. Yeah, if you could like my video, if you're on my TikTok account, if you could like the live, if you're on my YouTube channel, if you could like the live, I'd really appreciate it. That would help my accounts out. But I'm here every day. I've been doing these for over a month now. I'm here every day at 10 a.m. Eastern time. And I had somebody ask me to do a training about social media marketing, which I did. I was talking about email marketing, because if you're using social media, for whatever the reason, you got a message, a mission, a cause you're promoting, you got an online, offline business, and you're not using email marketing, and you're not sending people to a system where you can get their email address, and where the automation comes in, you have a system set up that you send them to a capture page or website, you get their email address, you have a series of emails going out automatically for you 24/7. So that's where the automation comes in. So it's working for you 24/7, whether you're sleeping or you're doing something else. But you can automate this whole thing. And I didn't know that when I started, and until I got around somebody to teach me that. I mean, and it's email marketing. I mean, if you're not doing that, it doesn't matter why you're on social media. You're only going to get a chance to talk to people once, and then they're gone. Okay, I don't know what there's no name on your thing. It just says MCLN2, and then you have hand pink waving. I don't know what that means. If you have a question, drop in the comments. I'd be glad to answer it for you. And I don't, MCLN2, I don't know what that means. Good morning, Gary. Good morning, Mary. Good morning, Aaron. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Good morning, Sandy. I am live streaming in 2 places. I'm on my TikTok account, and I'm also on my YouTube channel. I'm on multiple platforms. If you're new, I suggest you only pick one and do it till you master it. Thanks. Somebody's giving me hearts. Thank you. Thank you for the gift badge. If you're jumping on, if you could like the video, and some of you are doing that, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Good morning, Lynn. Good morning, C. Dale. You're liking the live. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. But I'm here every day. And today I titled this, Are You Spamming People? Because there's a lot of people getting on, if you're going to somebody's content, a live like this. In fact, I had yesterday somebody making nasty comments on this. I blocked them. If you're making comments on someone's content, whether it's a live like this or a video or a post, and you're commenting about other things, you're spamming people. And when people do that, I just block them. If you're messaging people on any social media platform and you're sending them information about something, you're sending them a link, a video, you're spamming people. You never want to send anybody anything until you get their permission. You want to ask them if they'd be open to taking a look at what you're doing. That's prospecting. There's prospecting and marketing. And if you're just messaging people with a link or information on whatever social media platform you're on, and you're doing that, you're spamming people. You want to get the person's permission and ask them if they'd be open to taking a look at something, and let them say yes or no to you. If they say yes, then you can send them something. But I have people, messaging me, and then they're messaging me something about what they're doing. They never asked me. They're just sending me garbage, and it could be just text. It could be a link. It could be a video. You never want to do that, because you're spamming people. And if you're putting that kind of stuff, commenting on someone else's content, a video, a live stream like this, a post, you're spamming people. And there's a lot of people doing that, and maybe you don't know any better. Good morning, Sarah. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Good morning, Phil. Good morning, Code D-Rax. What do people call you? You're on social media for some reason. And I think these people love these lives because you can jump on and off. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to show your face. And on YouTube, I can't see who's on. I just see a number. TikTok shows me that. They show me people who are jumping on. I can see that. Or somebody comments. I mean, if you comment on my YouTube, if you're on my YouTube channel, if you comment, you got a question, I will see that, but I can't see who's on. They don't show you. And I think that's one of the reasons why people like these lives so much, because you can just jump on. You could be laying on your couch with your phone. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to be accountable. And people jump on and off of these things. And I got people that come one day, they don't say anything, and then they come back another day. Love to know where you're coming in from. Why are you on social media? I do online marketing, making money from home, and I show other people how to do the same thing. I've been doing this for 14 years. I haven't worked a full-time job in 9 years, and I won't ever work another job again. I don't have to, and it's because of this industry. And a lot of you, you're trying, you're either trying to make money online or you're looking for a way, and you're not having, you're not getting the results that you want out of it. And I spent a whole year without a mentor. I didn't have the proper training. I didn't have a proven system. And you need all of those things because you want to model what's already proven to work. And if you're just trying to wing it, I have a video on my TikTok account that went viral. It's got over 1.6 million views, and it's almost got 30,000 comments. And what you don't realize about that you freebie seekers, the people of you that are looking for free stuff, that's the most expensive choice of all. And you can sign up for Adidas's affiliate program. Walmart has one, Target, Amazon. 80% of companies have an affiliate program. On average, they'll pay you 1% to 5%. There's no training. You have to figure it out yourself, and you'll just be sending people to a page. And if you even just want to make an extra $500 a month, you're going to have to get hundreds of sales. I average 900 a sale. So if I get 10 sales in a month, that's $9,000. If you're doing something where they're only paying you 1% to 5%, you're going to have to get hundreds of sales if you want to make $500 a month. If you want to make $1,000 or more, you're going to have to get thousands of sales, and you're sending people to a page. You're not capturing their information, so you can only talk to them once. So you're automatically decreasing the chances of you making any money. And in fact, the company will make more money off of your efforts. I've done network marketing. I've done affiliate marketing. I've done high ticket affiliate marketing. And then there's digital marketing where I make 100% profit, and that's what I picked. I'd rather make 100% profit because even the affiliate programs you join, they pay on average 20 to 40%. The money goes to the company. They hold it. They'll give you a schedule when they pay. But if their minimum payout's $100 and you only made 20, you're not going to even see that 20 till you make 100. And I'd rather have 100% profit come to me. I've got some of my own products that I make 100%, and I really started getting into that. And that's why I decided to do digital marketing. It's MRR, which stands for Master Resale Rights. You buy the product, and then you own it, and you can sell it again over and over again for 100% profit. It comes direct to you. The company doesn't, the money doesn't go to the company. They're not holding it. I use Stripe. You need a merchant account. There's a bunch of them out there. I like Stripe because Stripe lets me withdraw up to $100 a day. And it goes directly to my bank account. Good morning, Brian. Good morning, Barbie. Good morning, CC Davis. Good morning, Code D Rax. What do people call you? If you're jumping on, I'd love to know why you're on social media, where you're coming in from. If you got a question, drop it in the comments. Good morning, Sue. I'm here every day. I've been doing these live streaming every day at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I had somebody ask me to do a training about social media marketing. I'd be glad to do a training if it's something I've done and I've made money with it, because I don't think you can ethically train or teach on stuff that you haven't done. I don't think it's ethical. But if I've done it, I will. If I don't know it, I can probably give you a resource. I've been doing this for a long time. I know a lot of things. I don't know everything, but I could probably give you a resource. Because if you're trying to figure something out, somebody asked me about CPA marketing. I know what that is. I've never done it. So I don't really feel I'm qualified to teach it, but I did give him some resources. And if he takes that seriously, there's courses out there he can buy. And, all you people that are, your freebie seekers, free is the most expensive choice of all. You're greatly diminishing your chances of trying to do something. If you're just going to go the free route and think that you can, figure it out yourself, you need a mentor, you need the proper training, you need a proven system. Because if you don't have those things in place, you're just making it harder that you will be successful here. And we have now 55,000 people in our group, and that's climbing. And many people are making money. The people that are plugging in, being coachable, consistent, doing the work. Because, you can get this down to 2 hours a day, but there is work involved. You're not going to just start doing something and get, there's skill involved. It's mindset and skill set, and that's true. And this business is 95% mindset. I mean, I don't work for anybody. I don't have a job. I'm not a recruiter. I don't have jobs. I do have put some videos out that talking about some remote positions, but I can tell you they're very hard to get now. And since COVID, unless you have some sort of special skill or something that the company wants and they're looking for and that they can't find in anybody else, otherwise you're probably not going to be able to get a remote job. And that's really because of COVID. Before COVID, Amazon would have at least 100 remote jobs on the website. Most of them were customer service jobs. Good morning, Deborah. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Love to know why you're on social media. I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. And most of you, you're on social media for a reason. And anytime I say, well, why are you on social media? Most people don't answer. I think people love these lives because you can jump on and off. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to show your face. You don't have to be accountable. Good morning, John. Good morning, Francis. Good morning, Kelsey. Nice. And there's a number there. What do people call you? If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. I live about 40 minutes outside the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. In the Northeast, I'm not that far from New York City. It's probably about a 2-hour drive, 2.5 hours. Good morning, Chuck. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. If you've got a question, drop in the comments. If there's something you're trying to figure out, I did have somebody ask me to do a social media marketing training, which I did the other day. I also talked about email marketing because if you're using social media and you're not using email marketing, you have a missing piece in what you're trying to do. And it doesn't matter if you've got a message you're trying to get out, a mission, a cause you're supporting, you got an offline, online business, and you need to learn how to use social media correctly because there's over 5 billion people on social media that you can get exposure for free. And my mentor actually has made $7 million using social media in less than 3 years. She hasn't paid a dime in paid advertising. You can do paid advertising, but I can tell you can spend a lot of money and not get any result or return on that. I know because I've done that. But social media, you can do it for free and get yourself in front of billions of people every day. Good morning, Tommy. Good morning, June. Good morning, Bubby. Good morning, Chris. Good morning. And co-directs, what do that's probably your handle, but what do people call you? People don't want to be accountable in these. They don't want to answer. They just want to get on and see if there's something that they want to hear about. Good morning, Joshua. Good morning, Gerald. And don't want to be accountable. Excuse me. I think that's why people get on these. Why they like them. You could be laying on your couch with your phone. You could be on the toilet. Good morning, Digital Mommy. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Okay, Paul Reed. If you go to payudaily.com or you're on my TikTok account, go to my profile. There's a link there, payudaily.com. Put your email address in, watch. There's 2 videos, read the page. You'll get an email from me with a free PDF outlining the blueprint I'm using. The PDF is yours to keep. You can download it and save it to your computer. If you've got any questions, you can respond back to my email. But that's what I'm doing, and the people in our community. We've got about 55,000 people. It's digital marketing where I make 100% profit that comes directly to you. And if you've done network marketing or affiliate marketing or high ticket affiliate marketing, you're sharing profits. And most affiliate programs will only pay you somewhere between 20 and 40%. There's a few out there that pay a little bit more, but you're sharing the profits with the company. And if you've done network marketing, you're not just sharing the profits with the company. The person that signed you makes, every time you make money, they make money. And I've done both of those and been successful with them. I had time when I was doing high ticket affiliate marketing, I had somebody come through my link. She bought a product that was $25,000. I made 27% of that, which was $6,200, and that was great. I made that in a day. I woke up to that. That's more money than I made in a month working a job, and over 18,000 went back to the company. That's all my effort. It's the same amount of effort, and I'd rather make 100% profit and comes to me, any affiliate or network marketing program, they're going to hold your money, and then they usually have a schedule they pay out. And if they've got a minimum payment of $100, if you make $20, you're not going to see that money till you get to the minimum they pay out, which some of them are 100. It depends on the program, but the money goes to them. You're sharing profits. They can change the compensation plan at any time. I've been with 16 companies that are out of business now, but I'd rather make 100% profit that comes to me directly. I use Stripe. There's a ton of merchant accounts. I like Stripe because Stripe lets me withdraw up to $500 every single day, and it's in my bank account like in 15 minutes, which I love. And a lot of these affiliate programs, they will hold your money till you reach to a threshold, or they say we hold it 30 days, 60 days. They decide. Thank you for the gift badge, Arise. um, I don't know if that's is that Arise is your name, or that's what you just put on your page. What do people call you? um, but I'd rather do digital marketing. We're doing a proven blueprint, working 2 hours a day from home, and you can get this down to 2 hours if you're brand new. Thanks, Paul, for liking the live. I really appreciate it. You can get down to 2 hours a day. Now, if you're new and you've never done this before, till you learn some things and you get in a pattern and a routine, might take you longer than 2 hours. But that's what we're doing. That's how my mentor has made. She's close to $8 million at this point in the last, it'll be 3 years in November. Thank you, Paul. I really appreciate you liking my live. Thank you so much. And I work into, you got the rest of the day to yourself. And if you're working a job, and I've worked jobs, I lost my job. That's why I got started with this. You're working 40 hours. And the job I had that I lost, I was spending 2 to 3 hours a day commuting every single day in my car on Interstate 95. If any of you in the Northeast, you've probably been on that highway. And towards the end, before I lost my job, I was on my way home. I was falling asleep. I'd stop and get something with caffeine in it and drink it to try to stay awake, because it's really dangerous if you're driving and you're falling asleep. So I don't miss that commute. And now my commute is basically, I have a room in my house upstairs where I made my office, and that's where I'm at now. My commute's up a flight of steps, which takes me about a minute. So I don't miss that. And when I need time off, I don't have to ask. If you're working a job, you're going to have to ask. Or some of you are just in need of making money. I had a guy that jumped on here, Hank. He's not here today, but he's working 2 jobs. So if you're working more than one job, you really don't have any time. And I've done that. I worked a full-time and a part-time job, and I was in school, and I was exhausted. And you just don't have time for anything else. And if I had any time off, I was probably sleeping because I was so exhausted. Good morning, Ryan. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. And with the prices and everything, a lot of people are looking for a way to make extra money. You can do that from home. You don't need this is better than getting a second job. And yeah, you have to invest time and money to learn. Is a high income skill you can learn in about 2 weeks. Learning it and starting to do it is one thing, and mastering it. To get good at anything, you have to do something every day. When I say every day, I mean 7 days a week. Professional athletes practice every day, even in the off season. So this is a skill. The people you see making money, they were coachable, they were consistent, they plugged in, they did the work. And there is work involved. You can get it down to 2 hours a day. We give you step-by-step how you break it down, what you're supposed to be doing, following this blueprint. And this blueprint works because there's too many people. We've got 55,000 people in our group, too many people having success with it. And those are the people that are plugging in. If you don't do anything, you're not going to make any money. And I've been doing this for 14 years next month. I've seen plenty of people spend a lot of money, buy something, and then do nothing. I've seen people spend, like $10,000 and do nothing. And I never really understood that. Good morning, Vicki. If you want to sign up for something, buy something, a course, a program, go to an event, and then not do anything, that's on you. But the people that are having success with this, making money, there's people that left their full-time jobs. It's because they were coachable, they're consistent, they plugged in. And I titled this today, Are You Spamming People? Because I get people, if you're dropping comments about something you're doing on somebody's content, a video or live stream like this, a post, you're spamming people. If you're messaging people, sending them information about something and you didn't ask them if they're open to looking, if you send people a link to something, a video, a sales page, or whatever it is, you're spamming people. And there's a lot of people doing that, and you don't want to do that. Most of the time, when anybody does that to me, I block them. In fact, I had somebody here yesterday on my YouTube channel making negative comments. I don't tolerate negative stuff. I'm spending time here. I'm giving out free value. And if you got a question, drop in the comments. You got something you're trying to figure out, I'd be glad to do a training about it if I've done it. I don't think it's ethical to train or teach in something you haven't done. But if I can't answer a question or I can't do a training if I don't know about it, I can give you a resource. I know a lot of people, I know a lot of things, I don't know everything, but I can probably give you a resource for whatever it is. I had somebody the other day that wanted to know about CPA marketing. I know what it is. I've never done it or really made money with it, so I don't think it's ethical for me to train or teach, but I did give him a couple resources. Now, whether he does anything with that or not, that's up to him. So if you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Love to know why you're on social media. Funny how when I say that, like nobody does anything. Hey, Carl, how you doing? How's the baby? Good morning, Callum. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. How's the baby, Carl? She's probably getting big. Carl had a baby actually last May. The baby's now a little over a year old. How is the baby doing? And does she keep you up at night? She can walk now. Wow. Next thing she'll be running and driving a car and going to college. Carl, time does go by fast. My mom always said that, and she's right. She was so right about that. When you're really young, I mean, remember, I couldn't wait till I turned 21, and it seemed like forever. And my mom would say to me, as you get older, time goes by faster, and she's right about that. Baby, yeah, okay. She's walking and talking well. And the older you get, time does go by faster. And I just thought from me getting to teenager to 21, it seemed like forever. So you probably, she's over a year old. She's walking and talking, Carl. So, and I remember the day you posted a picture on Facebook after she was born. You were holding her, and she was, this little thing. Good morning, Barbie. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. Good morning, Marcus. I titled the live today, "Are you spamming people?" Because if you're sending information to anybody about anything and you didn't get their permission, if you're sending them a link to a video or a sales page, or you're dropping comments about something you're doing on somebody's content, it could be a live like this, it could be a video, it could be a post, that's spam. You never want to send anything to anybody. And if you're new, and I didn't know this when I'm started, you don't want to do that. You're spamming people. And most of the time I'll block people. And in fact, yesterday I had somebody making a really nasty comment on my YouTube. I'm live streaming on YouTube and TikTok. Her favorite word is baby. Yeah, can't you say mama and dada? Or some form of that you know what it is. Good morning, Lee. Good morning, Marcus. Good morning, Arazo. Is that what people, am I pronouncing that correctly? If I'm not, I apologize. And unfortunately, I had somebody yesterday that jumped on, was asking me a question in German. Linda only speaks English. And if I could get Google Translator, which I can't because I've got TikTok on my phone, then I've got that, we'll have it up on a stand. And then I got on my computer, I'm live streaming on YouTube. I'm live streaming in 2 places at once. And because of the technology today, and I have software that allows me to do that. And the cool thing about YouTube, when I end this live stream, it'll automatically upload the recording of this to my YouTube channel. It becomes a piece of content. TikTok only saves these for the lives for 30 days. And then it looks to me like they break them down into smaller sections. It's not the whole thing. So, and then they're gone in 30 days anyway. Good morning, Katie. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. And there's got to be some reason people are on social media. And I think people like these lives because you can jump on. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to show your face. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to be accountable. and people jump on and off these. And on TikTok, TikTok shows me who's coming on. But on YouTube, unless people comment, like I can see there's a number of people on my YouTube, my live stream on YouTube. But if people don't comment, I don't know that you're there. I can't see it. And that's just the way YouTube works, two different platforms. Good morning, Martin. Um, so there, I can't see who's on my live on YouTube. I can see people coming on TikTok. TikTok does show you that. Or if people now, if you're on YouTube and you drop a comment and you put that in the chat, I will see that. If you have a question, good morning, Sandy. I can see that, but I can't see. Unless you drop a comment on YouTube, I can't see who's on. I just see a number of people that are on. And I think people just really like that because they don't want to reveal themselves. They don't have to say anything. They don't have to show their face. They don't have to do anything. You could be laying on your couch with your phone, not doing anything. You could be on the toilet. Um, and I think that's why people like these so much, because you don't have to be accountable at all. Good morning, Marshall. I mean, if you do live streams yourself, it's quite different on the other end, because the whole time I'm on here, I'm talking. I committed to start doing these in the middle of July, and I've been doing these every day for over a month. I am live streaming in two places. I only have to do it once because of the technology. But live streaming is, video marketing is really powerful, and I've done a ton of videos, but live streaming kind of takes it up another notch because people can interact with you live. And you can build more relationships because this is a relationship business. If you're trying to do anything on social media, you're trying to build a relationship with people so people get to know, like, and trust you. And doing this every day. I am here 7 days a week. I was here yesterday at 10 a.m. Eastern. I'm here today. I will be here tomorrow. I've been doing these every day now for over a month. If you're using social media, here's a tip, and you don't show up every day. And when I say every day, I mean 7 days a week. You'll never get anyone to follow you. People want to know you're going to show up. And if you don't show up, they'll go find somebody else because they want to know you're there. And it's like if you have a physical store, a brick and mortar business, and you put your hours that you're there Monday through Saturday, say 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and you decide on a Wednesday you just don't want to open the store. Somebody comes to your store on Wednesday at like 2 o'clock when you said you would be there and you're not there, they'll just go find somebody else. Good morning, Benny. Because what I'm doing and what a lot of other people are doing, there's more than one place you can go get it. So if you don't show up, good morning, Joe. If you don't show up consistently every day, most of the people I talk to, if I go to their social media accounts, they're not getting the results they want. They're not making the money they want. If I go look at their social media accounts, they're not consistent. And I do mean every day, 7 days a week, not 5. Good morning, Mama Jen. What is that? What people call you? Because people want to know that you're there, and the consistency and how long you're going to have to do that. Good morning, Frederick. How long you're going to have to do that, I don't know. And most people, they try something and they don't give it very much time and they don't make money and they say it doesn't work. So they go join something else or they quit altogether. And the reality is you probably didn't do enough of what you needed to do consistently and long enough until you break through. And there's somebody I met, her name's Lisa. I met her over 10 years ago in a program. Actually, it's not around anymore. She made $20 in 18 years in this industry. And she put a post not that long ago about a custom house she had built and a brand new Mercedes. She paid for both of those in cash. She was saying she's going to be able to put all her kids through college and pay for it. I've never seen anybody that hung around this industry that long. And she made $20 in 18 years and has broken through like she has. There's tons of people that have been in this industry for decades. Most of them, they've never made any money, or if they've made any money, it's a little. But I've never seen anybody that hung around this long, $20 in 18 years, and broken through like she has. She was 17 when she got into this industry. I know her story now. She had a lot of stuff going on. I can relate that personal stuff. And I've never seen anybody break through like she has. Thank you, Frederick, for liking the video. If you like my video, I really appreciate it. Whether you're on my TikTok account or my YouTube channel, it helps my accounts out. I really appreciate that. But that, and her story is just so $20 in 18 years. And that $20 came from a friend of hers. She was with a network marketing company that her friend bought something from her because she felt sorry for her. Good morning. We love speed. What do people call you? So there is some reason you all are on social media, but for whatever reason, People love coming on these. They don't want to comment anything. Don't want to reveal themselves. They don't want to show their face. They don't want to say anything. Um, and they just, they come off and on. You could be literally laying on your couch with your phone, jumping on a live stream. And I've jumped on plenty myself. That's the one that you can just listen to somebody. You don't have to do anything. But jumping on other people's live stream is an income producing activity. Good morning, Bruce. Good morning, SM. I'm not even say that. Is that your handle? Good morning, Tasha. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'd love to know why you're on social media. YouTube does not show me who's on. It just shows me a number. If you drop a comment, I know that you're there. And for whatever reason, most people don't want to do that. You don't want to reveal yourself. Funny thing about social media, but you're on social media for some reason. I did have a guy tell me he was just bored and decided to get on TikTok. But most of you, when you jump on and I ask that, nobody says anything because you don't want to reveal yourself. You don't want to have to do anything, or you're just checking stuff out and you're jumping off and on people's lives because there can be, and depending on how many people you follow, I follow specific people for a reason. Good morning, Teddy. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I've been doing these every day. Good morning, Gary. I'm here every day at 10 a.m. Eastern time. I do online marketing and making money from home. Good morning, user, blah, blah, with all those numbers. That's because you just use the numbers that TikTok assigned to you. I'm not going to read off all those numbers, but you didn't put a name on your account. You don't have a picture either. And if you're trying to use social media, good morning, Sonia. If you're trying to use social media, I would highly suggest you put your name there. You put a good picture of yourself. With all the fake accounts, people want to know why you're on social media. And maybe you're just, I don't know, you're messing around. You don't have anything else to do. That's fine. But there's so many people, they jump on and off these live streams. They don't say anything. They don't want to comment. They don't want to be accountable. And you could be literally laying on your couch with your phone and not doing anything, listening to somebody, jumping on whoever's live. And I know a lot of my colleagues go live every day. I've been doing this every day for a little over a month. Good morning, Trisha. Had somebody that asked me to do a training on social media marketing, which I did. I'd be glad to do a training. If there's something you're trying to figure out, and I've done it, I'd be glad to do a training. If I haven't done it, I don't think it's ethical I teach or train, but I can probably give you a resource. I've been doing this for a long time. I know a lot of people. I know a lot of things. I don't know everything. But I did have somebody ask me about CPA marketing. I've never done that. I know what it is. And I don't think I can ethically train on it, but I did give him a couple of resources, because if you're really serious and want to learn something, and maybe all you people that you're just jumping on and off, you're not serious. It sounds good to you. And I know a lot of people get all glassy eyed and everything about seeing the people that are making a lot of money, the lifestyle, the cars. Good morning, Jesse. And then when they realize that you have to put work in, you can get this down to 2 hours a day, but you have to put the work in. It is work. And if you don't do any work, you're not going to make any money. The people you see making money, it's because they were coachable, they were consistent, they showed up consistently every day. And I mean 7 days a week, build an audience, serve them. And so many people on our group, they've left their full-time jobs. We had somebody who was working 3 jobs and never had any time for a kid. She's single mom trying to support 3 kids. And she was able to leave. She started this and she was able to leave her full-time job. She hit 6 figures. And that's not a guarantee of income, but she plugged in. I don't know her background. She's probably tried some other things with this. Good morning, Lydia. Because most people that you see making money with this, they've done things, they've developed some skills. I've developed some skills. I lost a lot. I lost 10 social media TikTok accounts. I lost 3 Instagram accounts. And the Instagram account you're on now, I'm almost at 100,000 followers. My Instagram account, I'm almost at $100,000 followers. And it's because of what I know. I know what to do. Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Michelle. I know what to do. If I lost and I don't want to go through that again, because you got to start from zero. Good morning, James. You have to start from zero all over again. It's no fun, but it's the skills I master, and you want to focus on mastering skills. because really to be successful here, it's mindset and skill set. And the mindset stuff is it's 95% of it. I mean, you really have to, what's going on between your ears. And a lot of you, and when I got into this, my mindset was broken. You've got your mindset is so broke, and so many of you, you're looking for something for free. Free is the most expensive choice. I have a free PDF. You can go to payudaily.com. You'll get an email from me with a link for the PDF. That's yours to keep. If you want to try this on your own, go ahead. But I spent a whole year when I got started. I didn't know anybody. I went to Google. I searched make money online. I bought a website. They sent me a 3-page PDF about setting up pay-per-click ads and gave me a bunch of websites to use. I was setting up pay-per-click ads. I was sending traffic to a replicated website, which you never want to do. I spent $3,000 on pay-per-click ads. I didn't make any money. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have a proven system. I didn't have adequate training. And so that was a year and 3,000. Actually, it was more than 3,000. I forget what the website was. And I knew I needed to get around somebody who had done what I wanted to do. And so many people that you come into this, you think you can do this for free. And you keep telling yourself, you keep saying how broke you are, and you can't afford it. You don't have the money. You're just going to, if you keep saying that, you're going to keep planting that in your mind. Good morning, Armin. And that's what you're going to get more of that. If you go to YouTube, search The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. That's about a 30-minute video. If you start watching that and listening to that, then the first time I heard that, I thought it was so profound. You can start changing your mindset, because if you're one of those people and you're looking for, you keep free stuff and you keep saying you're broke, you don't have the money, you're just going to get more of that. What you plant in your mind is what you get. That's 100% true. If you listen, if you start investing in yourself and working on your mindset, because part of this is mindset. Because if you keep saying that, that's all you're going to get. Good morning, Regine Hayes. What do people call you? Is it Jean? I'm just guessing because that's in your handle, but I don't know. So I've been doing this for over 14 years. I haven't worked a full-time job in over 9. I got into this when I lost my job. I couldn't find another one. I was broke, unemployed, in foreclosure. I was being sued. My one brother who I adored, he passed away. And I found myself drowning in $250,000 of debt. And I had no idea how I was going to get out of this mess. And if it wasn't for this industry in digital marketing, I'd probably be homeless. The day I lost my job, I did not have 2 mortgages. I did not have 6 maxed out credit cards that the minimum payment were $1,500, which I couldn't make. And if you got credit card debt, and even if you're making the minimum payment, it's going to take you hundreds, way too long to get to a point where you're going to ever be able to pay that off. Credit card debt is the worst. And there's a lot of people, some of you got some debt that you don't know how you're going to pay off, or you have a job you don't really like, or you just need to be making extra money. Some of you could be working multiple jobs. I did have a guy, Hank, that jumped on here the other day. He's working 2 jobs, and that's no fun. The job I lost, I was spending 2 to 3 hours a day commuting. I do not miss that. Spending that amount of time in your car. And as more time went on, especially at night when I was going home, I was starting to fall asleep. So then you had to start doing stuff to keep yourself awake. And spending that much time in your car, and then 40 hours a week at a job, you don't have time to spend with your family, your kids, to do anything that you like to do. And you're probably, and I have worked 2 jobs and I was going to school. You're exhausted by doing all that. And so if you do have any time off, if it's a holiday or whatever, you're so exhausted, you don't feel like doing anything. I've done that too, so I know. So, anybody that's on social media, you're on there for a reason. And for whatever reason, people don't want to say why they're on social media. Oh, I find that fascinating. And you may be spending hours scrolling on social media, coming to lives like this, watching cute dog or puppy videos, or watching other people's stuff, and that's not going to make any money. And I don't know, the people that do that, have you ever timed yourself to see how much time you're spending scrolling, and for what? And yeah, there's plenty of cute puppy videos, and I'm a dog lover, and I'm sure there's cute cat videos. I'm not into those. But if that's what you're on social media, you're just scrolling, how much time do you spend doing that? And is it any benefit to you, or is it just something you like to do? I'm not on here to scroll. I'm not on here because I'm bored. Good morning, Melissa. Good morning, Armin. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. I'm on here, I do online marketing, making money from home. I teach other people how to do the same thing. I've been doing this for 14 years. I lost my job. I couldn't find another one. The job market was horrible. People were getting 1,500 applications for one job. And I ended up being broke, unemployed, in foreclosure, drowning in $250,000 of debt. And if I didn't find this industry in digital marketing, I'd probably be homeless. Um, Nova Nurse 58, that's your handle, I guess. Good morning, Bob. Um, and people just put, they don't actually, I mean, I do suggest you put your name on your handle of the account you're using. People want to know you're real. Put a good picture. People put pictures of their kids, their dogs, and they're cute. But with all the, with the internet and all the fraud that goes on, the fake accounts on social media, people want to know you're real. Look at my Instagram. I'm verified. I do pay for that, because there's so many fake accounts of me, because I never message people asking for money. I don't do crypto or Forex. I don't message people. I only message people if you drop, you comment on one of my videos and you want more info. There's a lot of people doing that with the fake accounts. So the more you can identify yourself, because trust is everything. And when people come to your account, whatever social media profile platform you're on, you want to optimize it so you attract people to you. So you don't have to go bugging people, bugging family and friends, or messaging people. Attraction marketing is way better. And if you're using an automated system, you can get this down to 2 hours a day. And my mentor has actually, she's made, I think she's had $8 million at this point, working 2 hours a day. And she didn't pay a dime in paid advertising. You can do paid marketing if you want, but you may not get a good return on it. We're using social media for free. There's over 5 billion people on social media. There's plenty of people that, whatever it is you're doing, you can get exposure to, and it's free. You don't have to spend money on paid advertising. Good morning, Christy. If you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Fascinating. I think I've had a handful of people even say where they're from. I live outside the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, about 40 minutes outside of it. I'm on the Northeast. I'm close to New York City. I can drive to New York City in a couple of hours. Good morning, Mr. McGee. Been doing this. I've been doing these lives every day. I've been working online. It'll be 14 years next year. Melissa, you're in Florida. What part of Florida? Are you getting any of the remnants from the hurricane? Erin, I mean, I don't know. It is going to come up and down the East Coast, but we're not getting hit like they are in Bermuda. Good morning, Yolanda. If you have a question, drop them in the comments. If there's something I can help you with. I have done some trainings. I had somebody ask me to do social media marketing training, which I did. I talked about email marketing, because if you're using social media and you're not using email marketing and you're not sending people to something like a website or a capture page where you can get their email address and get them on your email list, because none of us own our social media accounts. You can lose them at any time. I've had 10 TikTok accounts. One, I had over 200,000 followers. I've lost 3 Instagram accounts. Somebody hacked my main one, deleted it. I had 2 other accounts. Instagram came back and suspended them, and then they did not rule in my favor. So both the TikTok account you're on now and my Instagram account, I started those again last June. I started posting on them, and now I'm close to 100,000 followers on each of them. I've mastered some skills. I know what to do. Yeah, nobody wants to go through that, because if you do lose your account, you're going to have to start from zero again, and build up an account again. But the thing is, if you focus on skills, because the skills you have, nobody can take those away from you. Your social media accounts, you can lose them in a second. I had a Facebook group. I had over 60,000 people. Facebook deleted it. If you post something and they don't like what you posted, they'll delete it. They'll give you a warning. They'll tell you it's against their community guidelines. And then your account's gone. And if you're just relying on that one platform, I do suggest, if you're new, you pick one platform and do it till you master it. And then move on. I've been on doing this for a long time, so I am on multiple platforms. I am live streaming in 2 places right now, on TikTok and my YouTube channel, because I have software that allows me to do that. And I only have to do this live once. And the cool thing about YouTube it saves when I end the live stream. It'll save it as a piece of content that'll stay. Unless I delete it, it'll stay on my YouTube channel forever. TikTok only saves these live streams for 30 days and then they're gone. Good morning. Is Godwell? Is that what people call you? Good morning, Kyle. Good morning, Virgie. Good morning, Mommy. Is that what people call you? If you love to know where you're coming in from, why you're on social media. If you have a question, drop in the comments. Today I do online marketing, making money from home, and teaching other people how to do the same thing. I titled this live, "Are you spamming people?" Because if you're new, and I didn't know this when I started, if you're sending people links to anything using like Messenger, or you're commenting on people's content like this, a live like this, or someone's videos, and you're spamming them, you're putting a link talking about something else you're doing, that's spam. Good morning, Christy. Good morning, Rosemary. You're spamming people, and you don't want to do that. If you're going to message people, that's prospecting. If you're going to message people and ask, then ask them if they're open to taking a look at what you're doing. And if they say yes, then send them, if you got a video or whatever, website, whatever it is. But you don't want to be spamming people. And I see a lot of people doing that. They spam on people's content. I have a video right now. I've got almost 30,000 comments, and people are dropping on it, whatever they're doing, because they think that all these people are going to see it and then go to their thing. You don't want to do that. That's spamming people. And if you learn the right way to market, if you are going to prospect people, there's prospecting and marketing. Ask them first if they'd be open to taking a look at something that you're doing. And then if they say yes, if they say no, then, say fine. I've done a lot of prospecting, but there's no automation or leverage with that. When I still do network marketing, I personally recruited over 350 people. I was living in Messenger. There's no automation to that. There's no leverage. There's no time freedom. And I was living, if I could have pulled my bed into Messenger, because I was on there so much, because you have to follow up with people if you're doing that. If you don't follow up, I did follow up with people twice a week. That's probably one of the reasons I signed so many people, but it's all manual. There's nothing automated about it. And now with having an automated system, I wake up, I get sales, I doing something else. I could be out doing something else, and you can make money. And you can get this down to a few hours a day, but you got to learn some things if you've never done this before, and learn how to use social media correctly, because there's over 5 billion people on social media, that you can get exposure, whatever you're doing. And I can look at their account. I can tell, because some people, I had a guy message me. He didn't have his picture. He didn't have his name on it. And he wanted me to do a personalized video for him, and for me to tell him about myself and the business so he could feel more comfortable. This is somebody, he didn't even have his own name or his picture on his TikTok account. He won't give his name out or show his face, but he wants me to give him a personalized video. People are funny. So if you have a question, drop it in the comments. If there's something you're trying to figure out, I'd be glad to do a training. I had somebody the other day that asked me to do a training about social media marketing, that I did. And I also talked about email marketing, because if you're using social media and you're not using email marketing, you're missing out on an opportunity to continue to keep talking to people. Because if you're just sending people to a sales page or a replicated website, you only have one chance to talk to them, and then they're gone. And people do buy on first touch. I do get some sales on first touch. But most people are going to have to see something multiple times before they make a buying decision. And I had somebody that got on my email list last October 2024. I talked to her a few times on TikTok, and she bought something from me in July. She was on my email list for 10 months. You want to be using social media to generate leads, get them on your email list. And you do need a tool called an autoresponder. You can start with it for free, but you're going to need to pay for it if you get serious in building a list. And then you can keep communicating with them over and over again. Because if you think about your own buying habits, most people have to see something multiple times before they buy. Good morning, Jamie. Good morning, Kyle. Good morning, Modad. What do people call you? If you're jumping on, love to know why you're on social media, where are you coming in from. Good morning, Sarah. I do online marketing, making money from home, and I teach other people how to do the same thing. Today I was talking about, I titled this live, Are You Spamming People? Because there's a lot of people, if you're just sending people stuff, if you're commenting on, a live like this or video, spamming about something you're doing, or you're sending people messages in Messenger or even email, that you're sending them stuff about what you're doing in a link, and you haven't asked them if they'd be open to taking a look at what you're doing, you're spamming people. You don't want to do that. You're just going to repel people. And there are a lot of people that are doing that. They don't know how to use social media correctly. They don't know how to market. And whatever reason you're on social media, if you have a message you're trying to get out, you've got a online, offline business, you have to learn how to use it correctly, because if you don't, you're just going to repel people. You can learn attraction marketing and attract people to you. So nobody has any questions. I'm coming up on an hour here. I've been doing these every day. I will be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. I will see you again tomorrow. Thanks for coming. See you later.